This is a no spoilers review of the film Coco, which is an animated Pixar film about a little Mexican boy named Miguel. And Miguel just has this intense love for music, and he wants to be a performer, but his family banned music because of his great great grandfather. And he ends up connecting with his ancestors in the land of the dead on the Day of the Dead, Dia de Muertos. And if you don't know what that is, it's a Mexican holiday in which families they gather together, to remember family members who've passed away. So the thing about Coco is that as a critic, I can give you my opinion from a dozen different angles, but this film doesn't have the same cultural impact on me as it would someone of Mexican or Latino descent. And for that reason, I'd like to make it clear that regardless of what I think about this movie, it's the Latino voice that really needs to be highlighted and uplifted at this time, as well as going forward, so not just for movies that showcase their culture. So I came across a tweet with a link to some reviews from Latino critics, and I'm going to add that in the comments and along with their Twitter handles. I'm also going to give my opinion about it. So first of all, let me just get this out the way. I may have cried. I may have shed some tears because I just wasn't ready for this. There's some themes here, some lessons in celebrating and appreciating your loved ones. It was just so touching. And my 3-year-old was with me. And, at the end, he's just like, why are you crying? And I think someone may have said, I love you on the screen. I don't remember, but he said, I love you. And he wrapped his arms around my neck and we just hugged and I squeezed him. And I honestly will never forget that moment, which was literally created by this movie. So moving on, this movie, I read an article. Well, I read the title, and it said that Coco is a slow build with a huge reward. And I agree with that to some extent. I hate calling it a slow build. I mean, it's a drama, okay? It's not very fast-paced. It's not Toy Story. It's not comedy. But it was still very interesting. And the huge reward part is the truest part of that statement. It ends up being just beyond spectacular. And just a couple of other observations. This was visual perfection. I think that speaks for itself. The detail, the colors, the atmosphere they created in the Land of the Dead, the characters were amazing. Miguel and his family, the people he meets along the way. The young actor who voices Miguel, Anthony Gonzalez, just an amazing young man. The pacing was just okay. The story was always moving forward. Every scene took the story to a new place. So there was no stagnation. But some parts were just a little more intriguing than others. My 3-year-old, he watched the whole thing and he didn't utter a sound. So it definitely, it kept his attention. And eventually it goes in some very unexpected directions. All great though. So overall, while I'm coming from a place that I really enjoyed this movie, it's impossible for me to have the appreciation for it that it deserves, which is why I suggest that you listen to what the Latino community has to say about it. The important thing is that with all the Mexican culture, the jokes, the references, the things that I know I did not pick up on, okay, I was still able to enjoy it. I can appreciate everything about it. It's about the love of your family, the importance of tradition, the heart, the strength, and the determination of a little boy who just wants to do what's in his heart to do. And I took so much from this. This comes highly recommended. Go see it and follow me on Twitter.